Cultivate Happiness, Master Life. Chapter 2. The Mindset of Happiness. Self-clinging. In the language of the mind, self-clinging is attaching a position, status, identity, or object to oneself, mistakenly believing oneself to be that entity and constantly living with that view. From the perspective of life, self-clinging can be called the cause, the root of all suffering, and at the same time, the biggest obstacle for human beings like us. For example, when it comes to yourself, who are you? Yes, I am Jessica, a mother, a wife, and a daughter. If now I say, Jessica, are you crazy? Do you feel annoyed or upset about it? In the past, I would feel annoyed, but not anymore, sir. If you feel annoyed, angry, or hurt, it means you have been self-clinging to your name, Jessica. Do you feel like you are a smart girl? Yes, sir. Have you ever suffered when you couldn't solve a problem quickly and efficiently? Yes, sir. Then you have been self-clinging to the idea that you are a smart girl. I don't totally understand this concept yet. Can you help me clarify it more? There was a director who went bankrupt and lost all his assets. He was so distressed that he didn't want to live anymore. So he decided to jump off a bridge to his death. At that moment, he saw a girl who also intended to die by suicide like him. Because he had compassion, he managed to save the girl. After the girl calmed down a bit, he asked, "Why do you want to die so young?" The girl replied, "I don't want to live anymore. The man I love most in this life has left me for another woman." The man said, "The one who should suffer is the one who left you because he lost someone who loved him more than her whole life. You should be happy instead because you have ended the relationship with someone who was not worthy of your love. Before you had this boyfriend, you were still living happily with your family, right?" The girl, "Yes, that's right." The man, "Now that you no longer have a boyfriend, you are still alone like before. So why can't you live as happily as you did before?" Hearing the man's questions, the girl suddenly awakened. He was right. Before having a boyfriend, she was happy. She no longer had a boyfriend, but she could still be happy. That is the right thing. Thinking so, she gave up the idea of suicide. The man remembered he also intended to die by suicide, but after analyzing the girl, he realized his own problem. Before, he had nothing but built his career from scratch. Now, he's back to nothing. Why can't he rebuild his career? Thinking so, he smiled to himself and stopped that intention. Do you understand self-clinging more clearly now? Let me see if I got that right. The girl had been self-clinging to her identity as the boyfriend's girlfriend. She mistakenly thought she was that boy's girlfriend. So when the boy changed his mind and married someone else, the girl suffered. The man who saved the girl had been self-clinging to the position of director. He thought he was the director and constantly lived with that identity. So when he lost the role of director, he suffered. That's right. That's self-clinging. When people self-clinging to something, they will suffer. When a wife suffers, she is self-clinging to being a wife. When a mother suffers, she is self-clinging to being a mother. Suffering at work is self-clinging to the work. Suffering about one's personality, qualities, or beauty is self-clinging to those things. Is there a way to remove self-clinging? Yes, for now, you identify them by sitting in a quiet place, taking pen and paper to write out all the descriptors about yourself, such as name, position, status, identity, personality, qualities, beauty, job, and relationships. After writing down everything, look back on what makes you suffer. That's where you have succumbed to self-clinging. Identifying and confronting these sources of suffering is the first step in the process of removing self-clinging. After identifying each step, I will guide you to remove self-clinging. I think I'll have to sit for a whole sessions and write 9 or 10 pages, possibly. To completely erase self-clinging, you need to fully grasp and apply emptiness, as I just shared, and understand the root cause of life originating from within you. Only then can you transcend it. The root cause of life originates from within me? Please enlighten me more. Have you ever questioned where the root cause of your life today comes from? No, sir. Thanks for watching, and remember, to give is to take.